Oh.
Welcome to Master Debaters, chumps. This is the show where we solve pop culture's problems, one outrage at a time. I'm Abe, co-host of the Movies and Stuff show, which can be seen live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel. And joining me are three other guys that will all be saying it seemed like a good idea at the time when this show was over. First up, it's the host of the Jack Random Show, the Macadocious DJ Jack Random.
Hello. Oh, wait. Yep. Hello. How you doing?
And second up, the man who you can only see the eyes of right now. Jamil, move your camera down just a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I thought you were being mysterious.
No, is that better?
That's much better, yes. It is the man who will tell you he's the real host of the Jack Random Show. The always humble Jamil.
What's up? What's up?
And finally, back for his second appearance. It's the man, the myth, the legend.
You're too kind.
Yes, don't call him Corey, call him CP. What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing, Abe? I appreciate the invitation back to Dorsia.
Yeah, there you go. All right, as you know, this is a debate show. I'm going to give you three topics. I'm going to give each of you 60 seconds to make your points, and then I'm cutting you off and moving on to the next person. So let's get into this. Let's get into topic one.
Put me on the clock is tough.
Well, it's really not hard to click a button, though. Tyler Perry handed Tom Cruise and Tom Hanks their asses at the box office.
Good.
What I want to know from you is, why has Jack Reacher and Professor Langdon become so outdated, but not Medea? And we're going with the spiffy.
Well, look, to be honest with you, none of the how was those Tom Hanks, Ron Howard, was it? What are the movies called? Da
Vinci Code, Inferno.
Yeah, the Da Vinci Code movies has none of them have ever been good. And I heard the Jack Reacher movie is just okay. As far as Medea, hey, there's an audience that's been starved for movies for a long time, and you give them what they want.
That's right.
That's basically what it boils down to. There's a bunch of movies with a bunch of middle-aged white men in action, but there's very few movies with black people in it at all. So when you have that, it tends to you like I said, it's a starved audience, and they came out in droves to see the movie.
Almost there.
Okay,
that was your 60 seconds, Jack.
Oh wow, I like the new clock design, by the way.
There you go.
I was surprised that Medea. I was somewhat surprised and somewhat not surprised that Medea took over the box office this weekend. I don't know anyone personally who likes the Da Vinci Code series, and as much as I like Jack Reacher, I do want to see this next movie. Like Jamil said, there is an audience. There's a predominantly black audience starved to see themselves represented on screen. And Tyler Perry, I hate to say this, but oh God, Medea is kind of timeless. I mean, it's a big linebacker looking dude in drag, and that's going to be funny no matter what comes out of his mouth. And of course, I think people are just a little tired of action and mysteries right now, and they want a little silly. At least that's the feedback I'm getting. People just want silly.
There you go. CP?
All right, I agree with Jack and Jamil. Certainly that Tyler Perry has found a niche market, and it's been extremely profitable for him, so why give up a good thing? As far as his acting goes, he was okay in Gone Girl. I like him stepping out as an actor. He was Alex Cross, terrible, but that also starred Matthew Fox, who was phenomenal in that movie, which made me like Tyler Perry a little bit. and he was also in Bone Tomahawk. But to go into the Inferno and Da Vinci Code, I think people are staying away because they are scared of Tom Hanks's hair, and I think I think the Inferno and Da Vinci Code crowd is for like the plus 65 crowd, and having, being able Tyler Perry getting people, families, actually to go to the theater, that's phenomenal. I applaud that. I mean, I applaud somebody that,
Time. Yeah. Jack, is Tyler Perry really representing black people?
No, not at all.
Okay.
But people like to see themselves represented on screen. Even if they don't match his sensibilities, he still looks like them. You know what? He appeals to, if there's a such thing, like the conservative black people, if anything. Like say if Larry the Cable Guy started coming out with a series of movies that also had a strong religious connotation underneath, he'd be the new white Tyler Perry. I think Larry the Cable Guy would blow up if he started, putting a couple of hallelujahs in there, right? Get her done, get her done, hallelujah, and then he'd blow up.
Right. Larry the Cable Guy convinces me there is no God. Jamil,
Wow.
Jamil, do you agree with Jack that really is it? They don't care if they really represent. All they just want to see is black people on the screen. Is that it?
Well, like Jack said, it's a certain type of black. But yes, because hey, you gotta understand, to be black in this country, and I'm pretty sure Jack can tell you this, we're not on TV at all. Like, we're just not. Like we are not the norm. And like Tyler Perry, his movies are I don't particularly like his movies, but he does speak to a certain subset and culture that doesn't get any representation. Like, the thing is, if we had more representation on TV and movies, things like Tyler Perry wouldn't be as successful. But since there's nothing for us, period, all of a sudden this thing with like just predominantly black actors blows up because he does represent a subsection of people that just not represented at all.
CP, yeah. And CP, you said it was you think it's family related, right? You see families going to these movies.
Honestly, I don't know how it is in Canada compared to the U.S., but my best friend Kwame, he directed a documentary on black hockey players that goes back to the 1870, and that got sold to the NHL network in the States. And I asked him about all this, and he was like, whatever gets families into the theater, even if it's, over the top, farcical, sometimes, a little too nail on the head where you kind of cringe, but that's reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's putting out there what is reality, but maybe it's different in America and the U.S., but everybody that in the Canadian, they seem to embrace it. All my friends, anyways. But I've seen maybe about 5 Medea films, to be honest.
Poor man.
Yeah, I bet. Hey, I have to try to watch everything. And on the Jack Reacher tip, I think Cruise is contractually obligated to fucking run full tilt in every single movie. That Jack Reacher #2 is weak. Jack Reacher, the Christopher McQuarrie movie, is fantastic because he wrote and co-wrote it and directed it. And you had Werner Herzog as one of the best villains in recent memory. And I hope he does go on to do a James Bond villain role, because I know he's been asked. But Ed Zwick is one of, I own Glory, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. I own The Last Samurai, which Zwick and Cruise collaborated on, obviously. And what else? Pawn Sacrifice, that is a great Ed Zwick movie, and Blood Diamonds. So, I mean, he's a competent director. Jack Reacher 2 just didn't hit me. It was weak. But I can't blame it because it had a little bit more character than the first one. So it's a either or kind of thing.
I don't know. Just on this Jack Reacher thing, I was just surprised that they decided to adapt this particular one. This Never Go Back within the Jack Reacher series.
Are you a fan of the novels, Jack?
I am a fan of the novels, and so Never Go Back. It kind of throws me off because Never Go Back is like the third part of a trilogy within the series.
Gotcha.
So why would you adapt that
First, before the other one, right?
Yeah,
Right.
and then the last movie they adapted was like in the middle of the series too. So you know what? I don't know. I haven't seen the second one yet. I haven't seen Never Go Back yet. So I'll just reserve judgment.
I'll say watch that on a VOD or Blu-ray or however you get it when it comes out. It's a renter, what I call a renter, but you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay, no, I understand that completely.
Yeah.
A little disappointed, but I understand.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. So that's interesting. I as far as Tyler Perry goes, I've always appreciated Huey's breakdown of Tyler Perry in the Boondocks. That was made me laugh a lot. Yeah,
that's a good reference.
It is.
Yeah, it's a good one. All right, let's move on to topic 2.
Excuse me, guys. Looking so high. Yes, sir, ATL.
There we go. Daisy Ridley has come out and said calling Ray a Mary Sue is sexist. You'll recall that Ray was lauded and decried both at the same time for her potentially overpowered character that reacts with anger when touched by a black man. So my question to you is this. Is it sexist to be critical of Ray, or is she fair game? And Jack, you're starting this one off. Let's go.
I think you can criticize Ray without it being sexist at all. In fact, the term Mary Sue isn't inherently a sexist term. Mary Sue can be described any character who's like over the top, powerful, or an avatar for the author's lofty aspirations for himself. They can be called a Mary Sue, and I don't think that's sexist at all. But I think the character can be criticized somewhat for being just a little too awesome. You know, just being Force adept after just hearing about the Force. But then again, so was Luke Skywalker. So it's a tough call. I wouldn't call her Mary Sue. I would call her an underdeveloped character who's pretty awesome. But if it was a dude doing the same things, there'd be some criticism that the character was too awesome, but not as much, I think.
Excuse me.
I gotcha. So underdeveloped. We're just going to call her a character in a J.J. Abrams film. That's.
You are just harsh.
All right. You're out of time. CP, over to you, man.
Yes, sir. Well, first of all, I want to know when I was discussing this with my friends. When the fuck did acronyms and Mary Sue's permeate film criticism? Like, I was asking my friends, I think it's when Twitter became, because I only read Variety and Hollywood Reporter, and if I see what is it, MRA, SWJs, whatever the fuck, you know, I stop reading because it has nothing to do with my interest in the film. So in regards to Daisy Ridley, like, I mean, let me think. I have like hundreds of movies with female protagonists, and is like Norma Ray a fucking Mary Sue? Like, I don't know. I don't know even what it means. I don't want to know what it means. I just want to, you know, enjoy my film without having pardon me, American politicized bullshit dragged into fucking. Cause I don't read anything about in Canadian articles and Canadian media about SJWs. About fucking.
All right, that's your
My
time.
time's up?
Yeah, it's your time. I know you hate acronyms, CP. I know
I
you
do.
hate acronyms.
I
Jamil,
do.
over to you.
Jack pretty much took all my answers, but no, a Mary Sue is inherently not sexist. The first Mary Sue I could ever think of is Wesley Crusher on Star Trek.
Yep.
Oh God, and everybody hated him.
Because exactly, and I don't believe in precious groups. I believe everybody is fair game for criticism. As far as Ray being a Mary Sue, yeah, she's a Mary Sue. She's definitely a Mary Sue. She is way too good at everything. With that said, I've been watching male Mary Sues my whole fucking life, so it don't bother me.
Sir.
It doesn't bother me one bit that she's awesome. I mean, would it be better if she struggled? Yeah, but that goes for a lot of movies, men or women. But yeah, like I said, there's no such thing as a precious group. I cannot stand that. If you want equality, you got to take the criticism as well as the praise.
I gotcha.
Can I jump in real quick, Abe?
Well, we're going back to the main screen. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was just gonna say that I saw The Force Awakens. The only reason why I saw The Force Awakens was it was in IMAX 3D, and I did not buy the Blu-ray. I waited like the Lord of the Rings. You know, you wait. So I pre-ordered The Force Awakens Blu-ray 3D, which comes on November 15th. So I will own it, and I will enjoy it. My 70 inches TV. I know 3D is a debate for another topic, another time. I love it, and I know you watch it, Abe. So don't front.
On occasion,
don't front.
Not Star Wars. That was a fucking terrible 3D conversion.
Was it?
Yes.
Wow. I disagree with that because I was absorbed. And actually, I sent you my ticket stub from when I went to see that with my now ex-girlfriend. But we were the only fucking people in the theater, and it was so enjoyable having an IMAX 3D, to yourself. But also on the November 15th tip, I have to say, for the PTA lovers out there, Paul Thomas Anderson's first Criterion Collection Blu-ray is Punch Drunk Love, November 15th, same day as The Force Awakens 3D.
All right.
As far as Rey being the Mary Sue, though.
Sorry, Jack.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to get this point out before we jumped on to the next topic. I think people are forgetting that. I think the bar is lowered when you have a woman protagonist. The bar is lowered for Mary Sue. As long as she's able to walk and chew gum, it's like all of a sudden, she's unbelievable. She's too awesome. And especially, she's what, a novice force wielder, a novice Jedi in this movie. And we're forgetting when we first meet Luke Skywalker, he'd only heard of the Force 10 minutes ago, and then he's like he's blindfolded, blocking laser bolts using a lightsaber that he's never held before.
Like two out of what, 5 or 6?
That's the best description I've heard.
Any at all is fucking amazing.
So okay, I mean, I don't want to get into who's whatever, but
no,
I agree with Zach, though.
But nobody called Luke super overpowered or Mary Sue at the time.
Well, because he did have some self-doubt. He still, if Rey has a character arc in that movie, an actual arc, people aren't saying it. It's the fault of the filmmakers. They didn't give her a real arc. She's not a very fleshed out character, like Jamil said.
That's true.
And like I said, I think, and I love the movie, but it is a genuine criticism, and I don't think genuine criticism should be labeled as sexist.
That's a good point.
That's a very good point. And as you pointed out, Wesley Crusher.
Yeah.
Everybody hates Wesley. Everybody hates Wesley.
And I hate Star Trek. I'm sorry, Abe. I love you, but I hate the Trek.
That's too bad for you.
Yes, sir.
I guess that's it. I guess we killed that one. All right, let's move on to topic 3.
What's the topic 3? What is that?
That's only funny if you know the topic.
I missed it.
Topic. Well, yeah, you should pay attention to the show you're doing on every now and then.
No,
topic 3. I'm not
What,
replaying.
aliens?
You can just yeah. All right, topic 3. SETI quietly released a paper last month. Of 2.5 million stars surveyed, 234 were detected with a signal exactly the shape of an extraterrestrial intelligence signal predicted in previous publications. So the hypothesis is here. There actually sounds like there could really be extraterrestrial intelligence out there. So I want to know from you guys, if you were tapped to be the first ambassador of Earth, or like the United Federation of Planets, what would you bring to these aliens to show them what represents humanity? What piece of artwork would you bring to them to represent humanity? CP, you're up.
This is hilarious because I'm covered in art. But you know what? Let the aliens listen to Stock Eye singing Halloween. There's a piece of art to give to the aliens. That's all my answer.
That's it?
Go to next.
All right.
Because what am I going to say? Give aliens art? I'm sorry. Halloween.
I don't know. Beethoven, Mozart?
No, I'd give him Stock Eye's version of Halloween. That's what I'd give him, straight the fuck up.
That's a very inside reference there. Okay.
Damn straight it is. Talk shit about my mom and my friends.
Shamil, over to you.
I've thought about this all day, and I think what I would do is I think I'd give them a piece of music. I think I would give them John Lennon's Across the Universe because, I think that song is very friendly. And if these aliens are more powerful than us, maybe they won't kill us if we give them a friendly song about exploring the universe. And that's a great fucking song. Just in fact, you can probably give them the whole Beatles collection, and we'll probably be okay. I think that's a good representation of like our music, of our culture, of what we're capable of. Is music. Just don't give them gangster rap. Don't give them gangster rap. But give them like Sam Cooke or something if you can't give them like the Beatles or something.
Hey, there you go.
There you go.
That's a good answer.
That's my answer.
You got 10 seconds. You want to do anything else with it?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
You can go, Jack.
All right, Jack.
Oh,
It's in the bottle already. Damn it.
I thought about this for a long time. I'm sitting up, I'm discussing with my girlfriend what the topics were for the day, and then I told her this one, which is the one I struggled with the most. And she said we should send the aliens Tyler Perry movies. And that's why she's my baby. But I thought about it for a long time, man, and I'm just gonna go in the opposite direction of what Jamil said. Jamil is looking bitch ass trying to appease the aliens. Let me send the aliens flowers and bunny rabbits and shit. I thought about it, and I think
you damn hickey.
Exactly. I'm gonna send them Orson Scott Card's Ender's Game. Not the movie. Not the movie, the book, because if you could take any lesson away from Ender's Game, the book, is that you fuck with humanity, we will fucking come get you. We will find you and we will kill you. We will kill every last fucking one of you, and we will not stop.
I like it.
That's what I'm sending there.
All right.
That's fucking tight right there.
Jamil, you going to change your answer? You sticking with Beatles?
I'm sticking with the Beatles, but believe it or not, something along the line was my second answer that I decided we should be peaceful.
You were going to send them Guar?
No, I probably
Normally, I'd send them a movie. For truth be told, if you want to be serious, I'd send them a movie. And if I look through every single one of my movies I own, I'd probably say, and this is out of the box, my Criterion Collection Blu-ray of 12 Angry Men. That encompasses fucking society in one room, in one location, in 1 hour and 30 minutes. And in art, that's one of my favorite films. You know, otherwise, my first answer still stands.
All right.
I like
we
it.
could send them Independence Day. That was my second answer.
They might be scared they'll get punched.
Welcome to Earth.
Oh, there you go. I wonder how they're going to feel. I wonder how these aliens are going to feel when they start watching all of our films and our novels and everything about our terrifying hypotheses about alien contact.
Well, honestly, I'll say this. If this is considered art, like, okay, you guys all know what I'm going through with my dog right now. I almost lost him a year ago. I'm not going to get into it, but I haven't slept in 6 days, whatever, but I spend a lot of time at the vet. So on the wall, they have, like, the skeletal structure of the dog. And Ponyboy has saved my life and has been there, watched movies with me, and he knows when I'm in pain. He puts his paw and his head on he knows when it's movie time. I told Jack and Jamil, I'll come into this movie room and he'll already go out and be sit. Excuse me. It's been a tough week. And thank you guys for listening to this. But I would send the aliens the skeletal drawing of a canine dog because they're the most loving, unselfish pieces of art that was ever created by whatever, in my mind. And I love you, Ponyboy. Stay gold. Thank you, guys. I didn't mean to take up bullshit time. And I'm going to listen to Abe's going to hit me up with the live chats because I don't have it on screen because I don't want to you guys already knew the trouble beforehand when we did Skype. Like, I didn't want to add any more fucking tech problems
I gotcha.
to our... But let me just say this again, what I told Jack and Jamil beforehand for the people that are watching. I wanted so bad to be on the show whenever... and Abe invited me minutes after I was on with Jamil and Marty. And shout out Marty. And shout out all the people in the live chat, like people like Alex Beating You. You're cool. What's the other guy? There's Amanda, Marty. Melee, Robert Melee, something like that. You guys, I always try to make the live chat. So I'm Ponyboy360, yes. And I'm so high, I just lost my train of thought. You know I came correct, Jack.
I'm not mad. Respect.
When we talked
Respect.
beforehand, I was gonna say, let's not get into it. But like, it's me. That's who I am. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck.
Fuck it.
Hey, what would you send to aliens, Abe?
I couldn't think of what I would send them. I just was hoping it wouldn't be something like a Jackson Pollock, because that would mean that they should just annihilate us, just destroy us.
You guys should watch a documentary called "Who the Fuck is Jackson Pollock?" It's this old lady. She finds a 5-10 million Jackson Pollock in a fucking thrift store. I actually own it, and it turns out it's a one of a 4-piece set. And she wouldn't sell, and her family at like 7-10 million, she wouldn't sell it, and then she still got it. And so it's probably like, tied up in trusts and litigation, whatever, now after that documentary. But you said Jackson Pollock, that's the first thing comes to my movie mind.
Yeah. I don't know if go ahead, Jack, go.
No, I was going to say, I was thinking something what Jamil said. I think aliens probably watch movies and we're the monsters. I'm pretty sure if they've ever encountered...
How many joints did you smoke before this show? That's a great fucking answer right there.
Not nearly enough.
Yeah, you're my vapor boys. I love you guys.
No, but seriously, that's why I chose Ender's Game, because Ender's Game, it's about the third invasion, the third alien invasion, and the third invasion. We're actually the third invasion. The first two were aliens invading us. The third invasion is us invading them, and this is like 30 or 40 years after the aliens invaded us the last time. So the aliens are probably under the impression we forgot about them. We're not tripping, but no, we are coming. Mankind doesn't forget. And my girl said something like, I probably chose that because I'm a Black American adult male, and that's just we're programmed to think aggressively. Strike first. That's our defense. Mm-hmm. So yeah, wipe them out. Show the aliens that.
I like your girl. She sounds dope.
Is
she off camera giving you directions with cue cards and says, "Don't say that, motherfucker! I didn't ever say that."
Normally.
All right, that's cool.
She's busy now.
All right. What about you, Jamil? How's life and fatherhood?
Fine. It's great. It's great.
I just say this because I don't have any brothers or sisters or any children, and Ponyboy is my life. So the phone hasn't rang, and that's the thing. I told you guys I would never bring my phone doing a show with you guys. It'd get interrupted. But if that phone would have rang in these 33 minutes that we've been on, and I would have dropped everything and had to go because I would have had to make a kind of a difficult decision. Put it that way.
Yep.
It's completely understandable, man.
Absolutely.
And you two are parents, so you guys would understand. And Jack's a grandparent, I believe, like he mentioned last show. So I mean, that's my kid right there. He's so trained. He's so social. Kids love him. Like, I'm 6'2", so whatever age kids start at my waist down, they want to stop and pet a dog. And Ponyboy can do like 30 tricks. He's a top agility dog. That means going through the tunnels and the jumps and the weave pulls, whatever. But I've also, through him, trained other people's dogs, because at the dog parks over the years, people are like, how do you get him to do this and that did you? And so I just train him. And this will sound cheesy, but if you guys ever, I don't know if you're pet owners, but Cesar Millan had a dog, a pit bull, which is supposed to be the scariest fucking breed, right? So stigmatized. It's the most loving breed, but and it's called Daddy. And that dog, settled down, crazy, stressed, like I've been, like anxiety-riddled dogs that have been in shelters. You know what I mean? And that's what Ponyboy has been to me. He's saved my life, brought my stress down. When we meet other dogs, other kids, they're going bananas. Ponyboy will be just standing there, chill like a motherfucker, let them say hi and stuff, and then I'll give each kid a trick, a treat to give Ponyboy after he does his tricks, because you have to do that.
CP, you got me reminiscing about my dog, man. I miss my dog.
What was your dog's name?
My dog's name, his name was Buster. He was named after the rapper Busta Rhymes.
Busta Bus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a beagle. He was like 15.
How old?
He was like 15 when he passed.
Yeah, like Ponyboy. Wow.
Yeah, so he had a long, fun, fulfilling life. and he drove me crazy. I used to have to chase him around the neighborhood all the time, and I cursed him out all the time. But I miss him now, so I understand completely, man.
Thank you,
Tough thing to go through.
And I'm sorry to babble on about it, Abe. I know you're man in the controls there and stuff, and like I talked to my mom.
Abe don't mind at all.
I talked to my mom earlier, and she's a nurse, and she's surrounded by death, every single day. She's been in nursing since she's been 17, and she said to come on with you. I was like on the phone with Abe, really emotional this afternoon, and he's like, we can do this another time. We can do this another time. But my mom was like, look, movies have been your babysitter and your therapy, and do this show when you talk to your friends about movies. You're not in pain. You're like my back right now. I'm sitting in, it feels like a fucking barrel of fire. I haven't had any sleep. I don't want to complain about my fucking maladies. It's just, again, cool to be on the show with, and Abe, thank you for pairing us all up. I again want to reiterate how fun it has been pre-show, game show, and hopefully we'll be on sometimes in the future.
Oh, I hope so. And
yeah,
Jimmy, I'm here for it. Yeah, man. I love being on the show with you.
Like
man.
I said,
when are you going to bring him on the Jack Random podcast?
We ought to do that pretty soon.
Hey, that would be
we ought
awesome.
to do that pretty soon.
Fuck yeah, man. I'm down with that.
Yeah, I'm that would be great.
Fucking, that didn't even, well, that would be great. And like I said, Jamil, my mom, my 3 aunts from Alberta, all my friends, they love you. There's something about you, infectious about your laugh. They haven't seen Jack yet. I was telling Jack how much of a cool motherfucker I think he is. But my friends that saw the show that I was on with you and Marty, shout out Marty, New Jersey. They love you, man. I don't know if it's the way you laugh. Oh, and I gotta say, before Lando Calrissian, I only knew Donald Glover. Jack will know this because he's a DJ, but I only knew him as Childish Gambino. I never watched. Yes, sir. I never watched Community. It was Demagogue Dog, a friend of the show, a really cool artist. I don't want to say his name. I'm not sure I should, but he's like, dude, didn't you watch Community? And when Jack said that he saw Glover on a stand-up, that's where I saw him. But I've bought all his music, all his fucking albums on iTunes, got all his mixtapes. He can spit.
He can spit. You're the movie guy. Have you seen Mystery Team? You've seen Mystery Team,
yes,
right?
yes, sir. Yeah, of course.
There you go.
And then the thing I wanted to say about nobody I don't think has mentioned his show that he created and wrote and directed a few episodes and starred in. And this was a whole lot.
Show.
Oh, you watch Atlanta?
Yes,
well, you're from Atlanta, I guess. I mean,
yeah, of course. Yeah,
Oh, let me just say,
right down the street.
I just finished watching it, and that doesn't he, Jamil, like make you kind of like say, okay, he could be. Fuck all these other haters about their garbage that they bring to the shit. Like him, Jack knows him as we all know him kind of separately as a different. Came at him differently as an artist, but don't you think he'll make a good like Lando, like I do, but bulk him up a bit, teach him some fucking skills. He's got, and I say this because of the TV show Atlanta, because that show, he wasn't. I say this, he was in The Martian, and I really think if you go back and watch the scene he's in and where he stumbles, and that was was deleted scene, but they left it in the movie. I think he really overacted in that movie. And I own that on 3D, motherfuckers. 3D, that bitch. So I've seen it many times. But I think Glover overacted in that movie to impress. But watching Atlanta, he was himself and you know what I mean? And so that's why I think he can bring to the new Lando movie whenever the fuck that comes out.
I agree. I think he'll be a fantastic Lando Calrissian.
All right.
Thank you. All
right.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I'm down anytime, boys.
All right, there you go.
Hell yeah.
Well, I am not down anymore to keep doing this show. We've gone long. So that wraps up this episode of Master Debaters.
There you
go. If you liked Jack and Jamil, you can always go hang out with them at thesupernauts.com, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you can.
Yes. What are you guys talking about next?
Shit if I know. We are covering the documentary Terror in Red, White, and Blue, which is a documentary on Netflix about horror movies in America, and we're doing a twofer. We're also reviewing Tucker and Dale versus Evil to wrap our October Halloween stuff.
You are torturing Jamil with these horror movies.
I think
Look at Jamil. Look at how happy he looks. He just
I
looks so
chose
happy.
Tucker and Dale deliberately for Jamil, so it would be something I thought Jamil would really enjoy this.
Yeah, it's a palatable movie, Jamil. I think you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jack.
He's like, suck a dick.
Oh, right. Thank you all so much for watching. I cannot wait to do this again in 2 weeks. Our friend Justin.
Shout out Dan, and you know what? Dan has the best. If you look at and shout out, good way to go, Chicago. But Dan has in sports analytics terms, like in the debate show that I've watched, all the debate shows, like he gets his point down into 0.01. Dan, shout out, you're the master debater.
He can play the shot clock very well. Yeah,
He's fucking Yep. He's Stephen Curry,
there we go.
or he's
All
DeMar
right.
Rosen. DeMar Rosen. Never mind, Steph Curry. Shout out to Raptors 3-1.
There we go. All right, guys. Everybody have a good night. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
I'll talk
guys.
to you all later.
Later, guys. Thanks.
Right on.